Hi everybody and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 117 with me, Sid. This is the series that just never seems to stop. But last episode, let me head over here. We did this, and we also need to do that, which we ran into problems on these, but that's fine. We should have that now sorted. We also need to make the output hatches, some batteries. That is needed to complete a quest line. Those are actually also all needed for a quest line, and I would like to try and get up to a medium voltage steam turbine at some point to replace these low voltage ones. But I think before we do that, I think we want to upgrade our steam production and perhaps even our steam our steam storage for definite. So we've done an advanced boiler, but there is a medium voltage advanced boiler which does double the steam again, because obviously that's easy. This is, we can work with that. That's all good. So I have been, between episodes, busy again, and at the moment this is just grinding down silver ore, because I had a whole load of ores in here which needed to find a home. I'm not going to do much with it. I didn't need to desperately do anything with the silver ore, but it's there. Over here I am sifting, I am sifting lapis, purified lapis, to get lapis out, because I am adding fortune to my hammer. And I have a whole load of lepidolite dust, because we need lithium for the batteries. Now I've got 38, I've actually got enough, but I did have to go, if I go into journey map, I did have to go mining, and I went down to that salt deposit there to get the lepidolite and spodumene. I have also got in my inventory this stuff, and that's why I'm going to use basically the hammer on this, and I want to see what happens when I fortune it up to the hilt. So that's what's happening there. Now over here, hang on, let me just go, let's go up. Up. Over here we processed a whole load of stuff, and we have got a whole load of quartzite now run through, so we will be able to make the glass to make the reinforced tanks and all that kind of good stuff. So this is just a huge thing, to make this step up. And right now what I've been doing is, this is electrolysis. You stick in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just doing the 40 at a time because that was a thing that stacked easily. In fact, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll stick those in and that in, and that gets rid of that odd piece there. Lepidolite stuff. Obviously makes me a lot of fluorine, makes me potassium, but more importantly makes lithium, which is what I need to make the batteries. That's all good. And I've still got this spodumene that I haven't even touched yet. So that's that. Now, what we had got in the medium voltage tree, and this was why I went off a bit down this advanced cutting machine route, was we got the wafers, and we got the advanced cutting machine to make, and I have now got almost everything. So this is everything we need except for one bit, which is this, which requires a cobalt brass gear, which we do with 4 cobalt brass ingots in an extruder. Cobalt brass is 7 brass, 1 aluminium, 1 cobalt. That comes through, and then we are going to go and cook that, I suppose. I've got an electric furnace over here. I don't need to go down to my coal-fired things, and that will get us that piece so we can continue. Now I have also run the run the wafers through here, I didn't need an advanced lathe, a next stage up for that. So that's made that. And then we need the cutting machine, which apparently is, yeah, we need, oh, it is the medium voltage version. There isn't a low voltage, okay. Fine, we do need it. One of those will make 6 of those. I didn't really need 2, but you know what, at some point I will do. So let me just find my electric furnace. We'll hook that, because which machine doesn't have a sound muffler on it. And we can move on. And yeah, those are just, as I say, those are just nice little quick wins if we're quick about it. Just need 4 of those, so bang. Okay, that's that. And we'll come in here and we'll make that cobalt gear. Oh, I should have. No, it's not here, is it? I know where it is. It's all right. I emptied my inventory before I went off mining, and obviously I need to restock it with various bits and pieces we've put to one side to make a lot of these, which we'll also do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just get 8 down and another stack. That's my cobalt brass gear, so I should have in the storeroom, and I am increasingly coming to the conclusion now that I do need to do some work in this storeroom. That's a thing. So we need to break you into 4 small pieces, and then we're going to put you together like that. That gives me my diamond saw blade, which will give us, oh come on, give me that. This is obviously the thing we need for the MV Energy hatch, and I need 2 of those, don't I? That's right, yes. However, we've completed silicon wafer, so I'll go with, I'm actually going to go with the loot bag just for a change. Okay, that's all good. So now we need to make 1 of those to make 4 of those. So we'll go and plumb this in. And if I can do this cleverly, which I like to try whenever I can. Have I got some snippy snips? I have. That's not a snippy snip. Snippy snip. That will go in there. So let's go and grab those 2 circuits. How are you doing? Lots of thing. I'll just keep running that one as we go. But we'll we shall grab these. That should satisfy that, and then we need, oops, hello, we need 4 of those. So, but I make 8 because why not? I've got no idea. Let me just double check. Do you have anything? There's nothing else that you do, but we do need some lubricant. Hang on a second. Probably want to get myself. I can do creosote oil in a distillery, light oil in the distillery, raw oil in the distillery, heavy oil. Isn't that the one we get from oil shale? Oil sands, sorry. Oil sands dust, yes. Maybe we should have processed that up. Anyway, that's not helping me. You, one of them. Actually, no, just do that. What are my options? Oil, heavy oil, creosote oil. So I could go and grab a few buckets of creosote from the roof. And that should. Did I not have a steps up from there? Alright, we'll do it this way, fine. The creosote we have plenty of, so hello. So let us just go and take 16 of them. And then that was the distillery, wasn't it? Distillery, low voltage on 24. Right, where's my distillery? That's the next question. Not there. You can tell when you hit the problems ones because you don't use them a lot. Centrifuge, arc, chemical bath, thermal centrifuge, none of those. Distillery. If I was a distillery, where would I be? Smelter, compressor, forge hammer, macerator, electric. It's got to be around somewhere. I'm sure I put it out. Fluid extractor, sifter, canner, basic distillery. Hang on, let me take that out before I make something I don't want. I think it was program 24, wasn't it? So that will get me some lubricant. Doesn't need to be a lot. It's going to take a hot minute anyway. So I'll continue running this lot. This dust comes up. I'll continue feeding this, and again I know I could stick a hopper on the top. I probably will do at some point because that sifter is becoming more and more important for basics like diamonds and the various bits. You are the autoclave, so you go in there. That gives me another chunk of those. So that's all good, and then we can go and we can just pile lapis onto my hammer and get it up to, you know, look, levels again. Like so. Right, so it's currently got 168 lapis on it. It's now got 245. I wonder what point it goes to look to, or do you need another modifier? I mean, I've already got looting 1 and fortune 1, so I assume I don't know. Anyway, let me continue working on these, and I shall be back with you in a little while. Alright, some time has passed, and I'm making more tanks because I've run out of fluid storage. I've got a lot of oxygen, which I need to store, and I'm going to put 3 of those down for oxygen. And I've also got quite a bit of I think it's fluorine. Yes, 15 litres of fluorine. So I'm going to need 2 of those. Do I need 2? Well, we'll work it out. Because I'm out of tanks as well. That's the amount of cells at the moment. So what we need to do is go and empty these. 315s, yeah, we're not gonna. Am I gonna be able to get you in? Maybe I don't want tanks up there. Let me go and have a look at the oxygen situation. So I've got oxygen. I've got 9 oxygen cells. Now I can do that, and that is not quite 9, is it? Okay, fine. So if I were to go and take out 32 of those, but then put 9 back in, then I can stick my tanks back in there. I can go and put another full tank of oxygen in, and yada yada, Bob's your uncle. Or, you know, pick your relative, to be honest. Right, so you are 32 and you are 32. That's all good. That's great. That gives us a big old pile of things. I need a wrench just to pick those up. And they can all go in the oxygen. And I think I just need, because it's exactly 15, so we'll just do that. I don't think we need those down at all at the moment, so we'll just take those, put them back in storage. Pop that away. Pop those in there with that one. No, pop those in there with that one. That's much better. And those can go in there. Good. Excellent. Even. And then we just come and put our things away. So that's fluorine, which will just take that. That's oxygen, which will take those. So we were definitely not shy of oxygen. We can just drop off that little bit of lippy-dippity-light. I have, while I've been working, I ran out of steam actually. Because I've got so many machines running simultaneously, I ran out of steam and I drained a lot of my battery banks. I need to look at how I distribute power, I think, going forward, to ensure that, you know, we have an even distribution rather than the things where, you know, things break and the likes. So yeah, we've still got plenty of silver to process, and I've just been running that through the forge hammer, sticking it in the furnaces. No biggie. Like it never stops raining. And we're back up to, we've got a full head of steam. We have got quite a lot of molten glass. I think I will need another batch of molten glass, and I stopped that working while I was going. But we'll go and grab a big old cell in a moment. I'm just trying to remember what else we had there. That's a polyethylene. I don't need to worry about that right now. But we have got you running. You're fine. These are better distributed. Load of oxygen there. So if we look at these machines, for example, that bank there comes off of that pile there. This pile goes down to that. This one goes down to that half. That one goes down to that half. But all of these and all of those come off of that power. So I mean, it's not too badly distributed, to be honest. It's just that I'm using a lot of the things over here at the moment, and that's causing me some issues. Right, what was I going to? Oh, come on, I'm trying to think what I was doing. I'm going to go into here and just grab this stuff. There's a cat at my door, so I better let them in because they are just being annoying. Look at that, all that lovely lithium. That's going to be incredibly useful. And we do actually have, I could have done these ages ago, but we do actually have these, so let's get that going. That's going to take a hot minute, so I'll be back once they're cooked. Alright, we have ultra low power eye things. Now, why the hell would I want either of those when I have just had to make one to make these? That makes zero sense whatsoever. Okay, so from there it's going to have a medium voltage energy hatch. Oh, that's surprising, isn't it? It's almost like, and that's going to be you see, I knew it was up here somewhere. So we need two medium voltage energy hatches. What am I making? Oh yeah, 2 medium voltage energy hatches. Let's go make them. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Woohoo! Woohoo! And that gives me a claim there. We come back, And now we've got stainless stuff, 64 of them. Good grief. 85 seconds at 480 TU per tick, or 60 seconds. We're adding oxygen gas, so we're definitely going to be sticking oxygen in because we've got lots of it. Blah blah blah. Okay, and you want 64 stainless steel ingots. Okay, well that's the thing. Can we just jump in there? So I need the medium voltage output hatches still. So we've got those. That can go. These can go in there for now. Lithium is fine, that's all for my batteries. We'll just go and put my stuff away, and then I need to get the things together for the fluid hatches, effectively. I suppose that's probably a better word for them than output hatches, because they can be both. Now I have got a lot of the things here, so we need for that, we need 2 of them and 2 copper tanks. So for that we need the basic tanks. For that we need the strengthened glass. Strengthened glass is tin dust and that plus molten glass. Tin dust, that. Molten glass in a chemical reactor. Okay. So what we need then is I need some molten glass. So let's go and get it. Well, I actually probably want to also stick some. I need to put those away first. Hang on a second. Alumina. Salt. No, saltpeter is what I need, isn't it? It's potassium that we need to put away, which is over this end, about there, I think. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's go and find myself some more. I need to find some more. No, that's rock salt. That's not what I need. Got so many things. I've been processing so many bits and pieces left, right, and centre that I'm beginning to struggle to remember what it is that I'm doing. It's yeah, it's fun. This is the quartzite will go and run you down as glass as well, because I think I'm going to need more than I've made. To make, I don't need to make 10 lots, but tanks and things are always something I end up having to make, so having more is not necessarily a bad thing. Right, so what we need to do now is chemical reactor, tin that and that. Okay, chemical reactor. If I was a chemical reactor, where would I be? Probably not there. I'm going to guess upstairs, probably. Looks like a cutting machine. Polarizers. Yeah, I think you're up top. So we'll get those running. It's going to take a hot minute to cook all of those. And then we can look at making them into tanks. I'm just going to let one of the cats is outside, so I'm just going to let him in. I'll be back in a second. All right, we're now making some progress. We need to do. I was going to make these the hard way, but I realised that I can make them the easy way with a bit of molten glass. So that's what we did. I'll give me my copper tanks, which may or may not, might actually solve a quest. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But that will give us everything we actually need for the medium voltage Spodley, the medium voltage thing. Yeah, I know what I mean. There you go, 2 of those. Right, so that, let's have a look then. We need to take those with an MV machine hull and some molten polyethylene. So let me go and get the Didn't I pick up the medium voltage machine holes? I thought I did. Oh well, it's easy to forget. 1, 2. But yeah, oh right, because that only uses that's a low voltage transformer, isn't it? That's not. Yeah, that's fine. So we need 2 of those. We need the molten polyethylene, which I better take these back while I'm at it because no, these back while I'm at it because you know that's the thing. Keep looking where they are, wondering, and then I realise that they're not there because I've got them elsewhere. There's my molten polyethylene. It's easier to go up and across than it is to go across and up, for some reason. Actually, I don't think there's any difference. You just come out there and up these stairs, but yeah. I'm sticking with my story. Right, this is program 2. So program 2. We are going to take the glass out, we're going to put the molten polyethylene in, we are going to go with that. Don't tell me that has to be a medium voltage recipe, of course it does. Oh, I still haven't taken those plants up, by the way. Can you tell? Right, where are we? Assembling machine, program 2, polyethylene with those and that, and then stick another one in, and off we go. And then that we just use a screwdriver to craft it with a screwdriver to make it the opposite, and that will give me those, which is nice. And then we're into the power system, and then we need to make the batteries. Oh, and I've made that already, haven't I? The advanced cutting machine. So we need to make these batteries. Now that's a quest. Is in a quest, I should say. Make 4 of those to get some medium, some stuff. So, and we need 4 of them anyway. This one I thought we'd do just to get it out of the way, because that is in a quest, and it will give us some stuff. That one also will give us some stuff. They're not particularly useful to me, but it gets them off the books, so to speak. Right, I'll take the molten polyethylene with me. Right, so take my screwdriver. Pop you in there to make that an input. There's an input and output hatch. Those are the fluidy beasts. So, and then we can stick those in there as well. So that's energy hat, much muffler, output bus, input bus. Okay. So what's next? We need 2 medium voltage to low voltage transformers, and use a soft mallet to invert to make them low voltage to medium voltage. Okay. For that I'm going to need copper cable and tin cable and a low voltage machine hole, which is steel plates. 8 steel. Let's go and get them. I'm going to assume I haven't got that to hand. I haven't. One of those. Hang on. And some tin cable. So I need 6 tin cable, I think. Okie dokie. Turn these into plates. This is going to be a relatively quick and easy one, and it's not so much. This is not a recipe we're doing to. Well, I don't think we're. No, I'm fairly certain this is not a recipe that we need to do for a quest. This is just what we need to do to make the system work, I think. But yeah, I think it's going to take a long time to make 64 stainless steel. I've got the stainless steel dust, but I think it's going to take a long time to cook it because I'm going to be charging these medium voltage batteries off of low voltage inputs, and only a single low voltage input, if I'm brutally honest as well, which is not going to be super duper efficient. Gonna need you, I think. No, try that again. Get you in there, and then someone's tired. That needs to be 2 of them with some molten polyethylene, of course it is. So that's back up to the thingy. Can I? Just a stupid question. I can make that in. Well, I can make that in this assembler, can't I? Wherever you are, there you go. There. What program was it? No program. So that and 1, 2. So that gets you your LV thingy. I'm going to take my molten polyethylene back. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. And that gives me 1. I need 2 of those. Alright, let me just go and do that again. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we have low voltage transformer. All done. So, next on the list is the medium voltage battery buffer. So I need basically 2 medium machine holes, and we need to make those, which are 2 copper on program 4. So 2 becomes 8, so 16 copper on program 4. That's easy enough. 2 of those. No. Boop, boop. 16 copper, program 4 on the wire mill. That gives us the wires we want, and that should give us the battery banks, and then we're into batteries. And that actually completes some quests, which is doubly good. So bang. And that's your 4 slots, so these will never give out more amps than the machine can take. I think that's how it works. If it's not, we're going to have something go boom, and you know, that'll be fun. Are we going to get this built this episode? I have no idea. I'd like to think we'll have it built this episode, but you know, there's always a chance. I need to go and get 2 chests as well. Let's go and grab those while they are doing them. Hope I've got 2 chests built. Probably got enough inventory space now to actually put all the stuff that I dropped off in that chest anyway, because that and that can go over, that can go to things. We need those because those are needed for the batteries. That needs to go away. That's just a hammer, that's some cells, that's some double copper plates. That's the chest. There we go. Those can go in there. No! Damn you. Damn you to heck. I only need 1. Let's just go and put 1 through the assembler. I'll batch make a whole load of logs, and I probably won't. I'll probably forget if I'm brutally honest. But the uses right. Let's have a look. The recipe in the assembler is program 8, and we just go fish, and off it goes. So that will give us those. That will give me that. And I don't even need tools for that one. That's nice. Stick it together with spit and duct tape. Right, where are we? That's our wires. Oh, I can put some of this other stuff away while I'm at it. And that will be the battery housings that we needed. Thank you. Boop. So I think it was that to give me two of those, and that's the battery banks done. Now it's batteries. Okay. Pop you away. Pop you away. I'll keep the oxygen because we're going to need that anyway. Stick the molten rubber in there. That's the polyethylene. There's so much stuff now. This again, my inventory is kind of getting out of hand. I think that's a fair assessment. So I think at some point I do need to sit down and seriously make some solid assessments. So I need 8 of those anyway, which is, oh look, molten polyethylene, 3 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's basically 12, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 9, no, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. Well, I'll go in there, yes it will. We'll put the battery. I made a whole load just because I always kind of end up coming back to this. So those are in the assembler. We need molten polyethylene. I don't know whether I'm going to have enough, you know. This could be another blocker, which will be very disappointing if it is. But we'll sort it, because molten polyethylene wasn't the easiest thing to make, as I recall. Assembler. Let me just check what your low voltage, so you can go in there. You are, you're using 432 per, aren't you? Oh, man. I am not going to have enough. Might get 4, which will complete the quest, but I'm going to have to make some more, I think. And I might not actually get 4. Looking at that, 432 per, I may only get 2 out of that lot. Yep, 2. Yeah, I'm going to get another one. Right. The recipe for molten polyethylene is ethylene and air. Oh, I've got to go through this entire thing. You've seen me struggle with this before, so I am just going to go and get this done, and I will see you in a week or 5. Okay, back in a mo. All right, I forgot how much I hate polyethylene. I was lucky. I found I've got some fermented biomass, so I think I'm going to have to put, because fermented biomass will go to ethanol. Ethanol can then be combined with oxygen in here to make ethylene, and ethylene combined with, let me just get this right, hydrogen, no, hang on, I've got them up there. Ethylene combined with oxygen, sorry, yeah, makes me the molten polyethylene. And the ethylene was, it's up over here, was sulfuric acid, that was it, which I had some of as well. So yeah, we looked out because we got the biomass, and I'm going to run this lot through and we'll use everything. But we now have over here 8 batteries and also 5,000 polyethylene. Again, so I'm not going to let myself get dry on that again. That's painful when you hit it. So probably one of the things I need to. It's probably something I actually need to consider for having, I don't know, maybe some mass production of. If I can figure out how to get it mass produced. Let me get rid of that ethylene. We've got you, lithium canning machine. We've got a large, you can go in there. Okay, all good. Oh, and we'll get rid of those. But yeah, still took me most of an evening and a bit of the following morning to figure out where to get to that one. I've got somewhere up here, hang on, somewhere up here there's some wheaty, I'm fermented, I've got making wheaty juice and fermenting it, and that is taking forever. Now the wheaty juice is up here. This is just electrolyzing me out some more gas, oxygen, because that was done. Yeah, that's taking an age. That's just flour and yada yada. And then in theory you should be able to take wheaty juice and ferment it, I think. Yeah, no, you distill that into, say, vodka, and vodka you can then turn into ethanol. Not sure whether that's the best way to go with it. Fermented biomass might be better, I don't know. I still need to work out. God, that bloody plant. Oh, canning machine, that's what we need. We also have got, I think, that gives me that, and that means I can have that. And that then opens up HV battery holes, okay. And MV batteries, a sodium and a lithium. Oh, do I have to waste a battery? I can drain them, can't I think. I can use, let me just have a look. What can I do? I can make you, and what else can I do? I can extract it, so I can put some sodium in. It's 32 sodium. I think I've got a fair bit of sodium, so I can make that. Oh, it's an ore. I don't need to even do that. Okay. Right, so let us go and fill these with lithium. Basic extra. I should have a canner somewhere. There we go. Is it fluid? No. Hang on. Let me get rid of those for now. Get rid of that. This one is a canner. That's a fluid canner. I don't want a fluid canner. I want a canner. I thought I had a canner. What's that? So it's basic canning machine. Those and those. Off they go. Yes, we're finally getting to the point where I think I've got almost everything I need to do this job. But oh man, this is definitely a lot of rabbit holes in this GregTech, I tell you. And I'm sure there are even bigger rabbit holes awaiting me before I hit high voltage. I think I'm probably going to have to spend a lot of time working on my power infrastructure before I get to high voltage, to get everything up to medium voltage, perhaps, if I can. I mean, one question that any of you who are veteran GregTech players might be able to answer for me, therefore, is it better to keep certain machines in LV? Because, you know, just for the basics, like, for example, the plate roller bending machine. Does the medium voltage plate roller have any recipes? 10 obsidian plates, perhaps. This appears that, I mean, again, I'm not sure what. So is there an HV version? Let's have a look what the HV can do. Oh, there are, okay. Okay, so there probably are benefits. Now there's a question, I suppose the question mark is the power consumption thing. So if I were to use the medium voltage bending machine to make a low voltage recipe, would it use a medium voltage amount of power or not? Because what I suppose what I'm really trying to say is, am I better off having one of each, or am I better off having, like I've got the chemical reactor in there, but I've also got a chemical reactor somewhere over here, up there I think. Or am I just better off having them all the same? I don't know the answer, by the way. But this is 8 batteries. I would like to do this mercury and this acid now. Acid 1 was sulfuric acid. I just need a cell of sulfuric acid and a small empty battery. Well, I'll have some batteries holes in a minute, won't I? But we'll do that. The mercury one might take a little bit longer, but there is that one. And that's going to give me some stuff. That takes me to medium voltage battery buffer, or do I have to craft them, or do I hang on? Retrieval task. So I think, how many do you want me to make? Just the one, okay. Well, I made 4 slots, didn't I? So thank you. Let me put those in there while we're at it. That'll give me some stuff. And that's the medium voltage line. For some reason you want me to make a 16 slot thing. I don't know whether I'll ever bother. Infinite energy storage. Would love that, but you know, I think that's probably a bit outside of our realms. However, we can lose you. So I am going to start off with clearing up my inventory, and then I'm going to pull a couple of batteries together to work on this. These 2 little side quests. Just, you know, side quests are the basis of all the great video games anyway, aren't they? So let's think. So we've got a bunch of MV things, and just a little bit of that to go away. And yeah, okay, I'll be back. I'll get myself pulled together. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we are almost. I've got some mercury. You ground up cinnabar ore and centrifuged it, and yeah, off you go. 7 things and a bit of sulphur. We actually need 1 of those, but I thought I might as well process it all because I don't think I've got any significant need. Oh, I actually already had some mercury as well. I could have just checked, couldn't I? Sulphur. I'm keeping in my inventory. Right, canning machine, where are you? You are, I think, if I remember rightly, you're on the far side of this level. Get these done. Basic canning machine, sulfuric acid, and a battery hull. No, hang on. Fluid canner. Okay, yes, of course they're going to be fluid canners, aren't they? Because I'm using fluids, which is on the other side. Just stick another stack of that in there while I think about it. Off you go. Right, fluid canner. No. Fluid canner, I knew it was here somewhere. So stick a battery in there, stick that in there. And there is one single use battery. Stick that in there, stick that in there. And there is another single use battery. Are they any use to me? No, probably not. But they are, at least, getting, you know, something. I also, where is... I've lost me, oh, he's there, it's alright. I'm going to need you in a moment, but first things first, let's just go and complete that little wall of things. I will have, tin cable, I really don't care. And maybe some more tin cable, claim back. So all of those are done. we can come in here and get rid of that off the list. Wow, I actually have managed to more or less complete what I had on my list there. I need to take my aluminium out of here. So what we need to do is we need to work out how to put this together and get this medium voltage doohickey working. All of that's all good. Yeah, we've just got the aluminium, haven't we, which goes in there. We've got plenty of aluminium for working on other stuff. Lapis dust, I'm actually just going to pop you in there for now. Sulfur goes in sulfur. Lithium in lithium. And then we'll keep those bits, they still need processing. So let us have a look at what we need to do over here. So I think what we need to do is we probably need to disconnect that and disconnect that. That's our first job. Got a whole bunch of batteries. We'll, I don't know, I'll just stick them in here for now. And then we can also disconnect that and disconnect that. And they can also go in there. And I think what we're going to have is we've got this medium voltage battery buffer, which I better not put in place yet. Let me pick up, hang on, let me pick up that wire. Snippy snips. And let me pick up that and that. So that's our low voltage. That's our low voltage hatches. That's our medium voltage hatches. So we'll just put those in there. That and that. That's our low voltage input hatch. That becomes a medium voltage input hatch. And that is our low voltage output hatch, which is there. That's our low voltage input. That's our medium. So that is our output. That leaves us with the muffler. Wrong bag. Thank you. And that is muffler hatch. So that should be everything upgraded to medium. I'm going to stick that in my I always keep looking for it in that backpack, so I think the obvious thing to do is put it in that backpack. So this should be a medium voltage thing, and it doesn't look any different, obviously. The maintenance hatch says we're okay. Shut down due to incomplete structure. Hit with a soft mallet. Okay. So let's pop those away. So I think what we need to do then is I think we need to place that. So if I think that's what, yeah, if I place you like that, you'll go that way, won't you? So they go directly in. And then we're going to place that's low voltage. Let me just check. I can't see what's happening there. So that is doing step down medium voltage to low voltage. I need to change you. Should have a soft mallet. That's a step up low voltage to medium voltage. Okay. And in theory, if I were to go and grab half of those, I would expect that to charge. Now, is there a charge in this? I wonder. Let me why is that not charging? I mean, it's not getting a lot of voltage. I don't know why that's not working. Why are you not working? Are you just not getting enough juice? Or what? It's got to be the way it's going, isn't it? You've got your output is going to be that way. That's going the inputs there. Okay, it's got to be right. Obviously that's not going to get anything that way. Facing west, that's correct. Just don't want intriguing. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing anything wrong? Do I somehow need to connect all four up to all four so they can both draw, and then when one's full the other one's full? Do I need 4 inputs? This is this is awkward. I mean, that would be an option, wouldn't it? I could perhaps put the thing here in the middle. It's going to be very tight for wiring though. Okay, I'm going to have to do some digging on this one and have a little bit of a think, because that, as far as I can tell, that should work. You know, if we go up and have a look at our MV setup up here, now the big difference is we've got that, which is that is facing south, which it is. That is facing south, which it is. So that's all correct. The only difference that I can see is it's the step up. And I wonder whether it is just purely because there's not enough juice coming in. I think we need 4 amps coming into it to do that. I think that's the problem. So I think I'm going to have to look at rewiring back here. Possibly even move this forward a bit and give myself some more... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the solution is upgrade to the medium voltage steam turbine. But if I do that, then I need to upgrade my steam production, because I'll just empty that tank and probably do the tank at the same time. That is, I mean, the tank's not too bad, is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, plus 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 on the bottom. Some of these, you know, it's doable, it's just steel. And then, of course, that then asks the question, do I need to upgrade my boilers to the medium voltage equivalent? Or do I go with one of the big boilers? I don't know. Anyway, well, we kind of done something. We're just not getting what we need. So yeah, I'll have a think about this, but for now, me with my upgraded EBF, I say upgraded. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.